Hi, welcome everyone. If you can hear me, please drop um if you can hear me, please drop please say hi on the chat. If you can hear me clearly, please say hi. If you've joined us and you can hear me, can you say hi on the chat? So let me be sure everyone is on board. Okay, I also believe if you can see my screen. Let me also know if you can see my screen also. Okay, I'm going to get started. All right, so let's get going. Okay, well, welcome. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical issue, so that's part of what affected that's why we're starting a little bit late. So I believe, please, I want to know what country are you joining us from? Okay, so what country are you joining from? So we know I'll be sure my English is clear enough for us. Okay, I'm going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is, yeah, so in this class I'm going to be talking about how to get characters in using AI, how to do some rigging. This today's class is not going to be long. We're going to continue by this same time tomorrow. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what I know. So I'm very happy for some of you that have been following me for this long. Um, Thank you all so much for following me. Those are some of you that have followed my videos, that have been part of my community, been part of my WhatsApp group, following me on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and so on. So we are welcome. So we have a lot to cover. We're going to do this for a very long time. We could be working for some weeks. So this live stream is going to be on a constant repetitive basis. So we're going to be working basically mainly using this same time, this same place. We're going to be doing exactly the same thing. Okay. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to learn how to do is, most of the characters that I use in my character pack, I'm going to do something. I'm going to import. So hold on, I want to quickly make an import. Okay, so we are going to be using okay, I believe we can all see my screen. So most of the characters that we used for this, most of these characters that you can see here, were generated using AI. So it was AI that did the character generation, right? Some parts were done with AI, then the other parts were completed using what's it called? Were completed using, excuse me, using our character design ideas. Okay, so if you most of these characters were designed using AI. So I'm going to show you guys the AI tool that we use to do the character generation, and then we could see if we can generate one or two characters today. Okay, so I'm going to hop into my browser. So I would open my browser right now, and I would go to Microsoft. There are quite a lot of, so we could go to Microsoft Designer. The reason why we use AI tools is so that we can AI helps us to speed up our speed up our, what's it called, workflow. Do you understand? Peradventure you're not a very good AI, you're not very good at character design, you could use AI to speed up your workflow. Do you understand? So AI can design the character for you, then you bring them into Moho, convert them to vector, rig them, and then get started with your animation process. Okay, so we can, but if you can already design your characters yourself, there's really no need for you to make use of AI. But AI can actually help most times to speed up the process. Most times we are thinking about, what do I want my character to look like? So we could just use AI, we could use ChatGPT, we could use Microsoft Designer, we could use quite a lot of them. Okay, so I'm going to come here and then just make one generation, show you the prompt we use to design, to generate the what's it called, the character. So today's class is not going to be very long. It's going to be quite more of an introduction. Subsequent classes, we're going to get deep into the whole thing. Okay, so I'll wait for my browser to open. Right, so what we do is we use AI to mainly get an idea of what we want our character to look like. Then we import them to Moho, we trace them, we rig them, and then we get started with our work. So I'm going to do an image. Okay, so I'm going to like give a prompt. Let's see what we can get. Okay, I guess I'll have to sign in. Forgot to do that. Okay, so that's basically it. So what we're going to do today is, because we're having a little bit there, we're having more technical issue. We had a bad weather in my what's it called? We had a bad weather. Hold on. So today we're going to do we're having a little bit of technical issue today. So we had a bad weather today, so we're going to have to I'm just going to give us an introduction of everything I'm going to work on. So by tomorrow we'll get fully into the class. We had a bad weather today and it's seriously affecting my network, and I wouldn't like to keep the class. You can see my browser is not even opening because of bad weather. So we're going to skip that. So what I'm going to do is I'll hold on with the AI image generation, and then let's get into Moho and see what we can learn, a few things that we can learn today, okay? So jumping back to Moho. All right, so the other thing that we had on our menu today is how we can what is it called, import characters from Illustrator straight into Moho. Okay, because why I'm saying this is because some of us might have had the opportunity of maybe downloading assets online. Maybe download assets from maybe free pick or from what's it called, um Adobe stock, and most of those files, they are in EPS file formats, they're in AI file formats. So we usually have that difficulty of trying to import our characters from Illustrator. I'm going to show us example of how we can do that. You can do a character importation from Moho, from Illustrator straight into Moho. Okay, so let's look at that. I'm going to open up my Illustrator. If you don't have an Illustrator, you can easily download one. You can get one maybe on free trial. Free trial will allow you to be able to import and export files. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show us now. So the purpose for this is so that you can speed up your workflow. A lot of things that you can work on as an animator will require you to be able to import files from different file formats. It's not everything that you actually create in Moho. In the course of this training, we're going to get into how you can create your own what's it called, characters, design your character, rig them, and do all these things. But you can see the preliminary of what we're working on now is actually how you can get characters without having to create them yourself. So you can either um, use AI to generate them, or you can use sites like FreePick to quickly get characters and bring them in and then have them animated. Okay, so I'm going to get to, so usually when you go to FreePick, you could see that some files on FreePick are in EPS file format or in AI file format. AI is actually stands for Adobe Illustrator. So from FreePick, I'm going to get to our site is taking time to load, so I'm going to hold on with this. Let's get to free pick. So let's say we want to download a character like this. We just want to use them. Remember, make sure your work is original. Make sure you are generating, you are designing your own character yourself or generating it using AI. But however, there are some instances where you might want to use a character maybe as a backup character, not your main character, maybe a character in the crowd. You might not need to design everything yourself. You can just use an already made character and put them in the background. But for your own particular character, you might want to do your design yourself. So for example, now you say we want to use a character like this. I could come here. You could see that this character, you could see that if you want to download it, you could see we have various file formats here. Okay, you can see we have it in JPEG, and you can see we have it in EPS file format. So I could do the EPS. EPS is a type of vector file. So I'm going to download this EPS file. Okay, let's just go to what we've downloaded. I'm going to go to my download, and I'm going to okay, so I'm going to, let me bring this up so we can see that. So we can see the file that I just downloaded. The file is currently an EPS file. This is the file I downloaded. So if you already have Illustrator, you could just open this. All right, so this is the file I just downloaded. So the basic, in order for me to be able to import this character to Moho, because in order for us to be able to rig it, we need it in a vector file format. We can get it in as a picture like this and start tracing, but that will take an additional time from what we are planning to do. So what we want is for us to be able to have this character in Moho, have it as a vector. You can see right now it's layered, so you can see all the layers, different parts of the character. They are all inside here. Okay, you can see different parts of the character is all inside here. So the same thing, I want to be able to have this character inside of Moho, so I can be able to start rigging them. Is that okay? So now the next one, what we want to do is that I want to save this file as an SVG file. So an SVG file is a kind of file that you can easily import into Moho. Moho can import an Illustrator file, but it's usually very problematic. But with a vector file, your character can come into Moho and still retain its layers. okay, because that's what our aim is. So I'm going to come to file and go to save as. Now I want to save it as an SVG file. So I'll come to SVG, and click save. Now the important thing that we want to change here is where it says CSS properties. Sometimes it's going to be in presentation attribute. You don't want that. You want to set it to style attributes, and then you click OK. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is that we want to go to Moho. Then from inside of Moho, I'll come to file, import, do general import. So I'll simply go to where I have my file downloaded. So this is it. So this is the file I just downloaded right now, and then I'll open it. Then this interface is going to come out. Then I'll click OK. So I'll wait for Moho to do its work. So once Moho is done, you can see we have our character inside of Moho, and then when we open the folder here, you can see we have all our layers, which is actually what we are intending to do. Is that okay? So this is it. So the next thing we can just go ahead and start doing now is to start animating our character. Okay, so if you're following me, please still indicate. I want to make sure that everybody's following me. You can indicate in the chat that, yeah, you are getting it. Okay, so we can see we have the character. We have the character just like we have it in Illustrator. The only thing is just we have a little problem with the shading. If you know what blending mode, you can find out that some of these layers that have this color, they have a particular blending mode. We can be able to fix that when we get to Moho. It's just for us to be able to locate the particular layer that has that shading and then set it to the particular blending mode. It could be screen. Okay, now right now is multiply, so you can see we have it on multiply. So with multiply, you can see we have our shading back. So that's quickly how you can import character from Illustrator to Moho. Why I'm saying this is that most times your clients will send you files in an Illustrator file format. They'll tell you that the character that they want you to animate is in Illustrator, or that the character that they want you to animate is in vector file format or is in EPS file format, and they'll give it to you. Most times it's going to be problematic for you to convert it to a picture and then come and start tracing it. It's going to take a lot of time. So you take it into Illustrator, save it as an SVG file format, and then import them into Moho, and then you're good to go. Right, usually the only problem you have is with the shading, so you could go back and correct the shading. So I'll come here, and you can see the hair has different shading. So I'll come back to Moho, locate the particular layer. I can hold down my Alt and right click, locate the particular layer, and then correct the blending mode. So if I could come down, I'll look at the particular blending mode that fits. I think this is okay, and then this, I'll come and set the blending mode as well. Usually multiply, so I'll just come and set it to multiply. So right now you can see we have the character looking as it's supposed to look in Moho. So if I should render this, you can see everything is looking okay for the face. And then okay, somebody says, is this easy to learn? As I see, the timeline is more complex as it is user-friendly in Adobe Animate. Okay, so Moho is actually much more easier to learn than Adobe Animate. Yeah, Moho is much easier to learn than Adobe Animate. The only program that is a little bit less easy to learn compared to compared to Moho is Adobe Character Animator, not Adobe Animate. You know, Adobe Animate is easier to learn in the sense that it has real-time animations, so it can copy an action from a camera and use it in animation. Moho doesn't have that feature. It also has an AI-powered lip sync, which is easier. And then it also has I think a few things that makes it easier to use compared to Moho. But however, Adobe Character Animator does not design characters. In order for you to be able to design characters in Adobe Character Animate, you have to be able to learn Photoshop or Illustrator, because it's in Illustrator that you design your character. And then, sorry, did I say Adobe Animate? Adobe Character Animator. So I think that answers the question for the person. And Moho is easier to learn compared to Adobe Animate. Okay, so we have this. This is ready. This is ready. So we can see we have already imported our character from Illustrator straight into Moho. Okay, there are other places where you can get characters that you can. I'm saying this because of those that are just starting out. If you're just starting out, you might not be able to learn all the tricks about character design. So most times you can just be able to get your hands on one or two characters and start your animation. Then in the long run, you could now start learning character design, because character design can be challenging for beginners. So if you're a beginner, you could just lay your hands on one or two characters just to get you started with your animation project. Is that okay? All right. So in this live stream, we're going to teach what's it called? Character design. So maybe from tomorrow we'll start character design, do learn how to use AI to import characters and all those, and also do a little bit about character design. So because of the technical issue we're having, I'm going to have to pause this live stream for today, and then we'll continue tomorrow. I'm going to send you guys the link. I'm going to send you the streaming link so that we can join tomorrow. I might not be able to continue this live stream, but I believe we learned something about how we can import character from FreePic to Illustrator down to Moho. So I'm going to take any question that we have so that I can round up for today. So if you have any question, please let me know on the chat. I believe we learned something today. I believe we learned something. Apologies, the class couldn't span as much as I wanted it to do, but definitely tomorrow we're going to have sorted a lot of things out so that tomorrow's live stream is going to be much more perfect. Okay? So I'm going to leave a link. Let me get the link to my I think maybe we could have a group chat where we can discuss. I could get us a link to the WhatsApp group where each and every one of us can come together and learn. So I'm going to send the link. I'm going to let me see if I can get a group chat going, and then we can all join and learn together. So I'm going to get a what's it called? A group chat up and running now, so we can all join in and learn from there henceforth. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to get it linked. We have a lot of technical issues today, so it's a little bit challenging. So by tomorrow, I would have sorted out a lot of things so we could learn. We have a lot to cover, a lot. I believe some of you have been following me on YouTube. You've been seeing my videos, and you'll be asking questions. How do you learn? I should teach. I should do. So I'm just going to be explaining them in this my live stream, and then the videos will also be available for you to follow up after the live stream. So guys, I just pasted the link to the animation group, so you can go ahead and join it, and then we'll continue from there tomorrow. Take care.